The summer transfer window is about to open, and the spotlight is shining directly on two historic Premier League giants, Liverpool and Manchester United. Both clubs, driven by distinct yet equally powerful ambitions, are locked in an intense battle for the perfect reinforcement to boost their offensive ranks. The market promises to be a minefield of tense negotiations, with high-caliber players being contested like true footballing treasures. And what's at stake goes far beyond simple signings. We're talking about the future of two of the biggest brands in world football. Liverpool knows it needs to act fast. After a season marked by ups and downs in the attacking sector, the club recognises that starting the next campaign without at least one new forward would be unforgivable. The Reds' recruitment team is working tirelessly, analysing every detail of the market and assessing options that could elevate the team to new heights. Among the most talked about names among fans and pundits is Alexander Isak from Newcastle United. At just 25 years old, the Swedish striker has already showcased his devastating talent in the Premier League and seems to be entering the peak of his career. However, considerable challenges surround this potential move. An initial price tag estimated at £100 million and a worrying history of recent injuries mean that Liverpool isn't putting all its chips on one target. To avoid unpleasant surprises, the club is preparing a broad and diverse shortlist of options before making any final decision. And that list? It's nothing short of exciting. In addition to Isak, names like Hugo Ekitike, João Pedro, and Liam Delap are being carefully studied. Each player brings a unique set of skills and is at a different stage of professional development. For instance, while Osimhen is known for his impressive physical strength and ability to score decisive goals in crucial moments, Hugo Ekitike stands out for his speed and versatility. Liam Delap, the young English prodigy, is seen as a long-term bet that could yield massive returns for whichever club dares to invest in him. This strategic approach shows that Liverpool isn't just seeking quick fixes, but is also planning for the future with long-term vision. But here's where the story gets even more thrilling. Manchester United has entered the race. That's right, the Red Devils, even amid a turbulent period under Ruben Amorim, are determined to rebuild their attack and reclaim their former status. According to recent reports by Court Offside, Chelsea has officially withdrawn its interest in Victor Osimhen, paving the way for Manchester United to become the main contender for the Nigerian striker. Although Juventus is still closely monitoring the situation, the Red Devils appear willing to make Osimhen the centrepiece of their new era. His strength, aggressiveness, and killer instinct in front of goal would undoubtedly be a great fit at Old Trafford, especially at a time when the club is desperate to restore its competitive relevance. For Liverpool, Manchester United's entry into the race for Osimhen isn't exactly a tragedy, as there are still other viable targets in sight. However, the situation becomes more complicated when we turn our attention to Liam Delap. The young English striker, whose market value is significantly lower than that of Isak or Osimhen, has caught the eye of both the Reds and the Red Devils. Naturally, this raises a concern. Could Manchester United use its financial muscle and ambitious project to lure Delap, potentially complicating Liverpool's plans? Another intriguing aspect of this saga involves the futures of Diogo Jota and Darwin Núñez. There are consistent rumours that both could leave Anfield in this transfer window. If that really happens, Liverpool will need to replace them with both intelligence and efficiency. The ideal strategy would likely be to combine the arrival of an experienced player ready to shine immediately with the signing of a younger talent with massive growth potential, someone like Delap or even Ekitike. This approach would allow the club to strike the perfect balance between short-term success and long-term investment. However, all of this unfolds within a fascinating sporting backdrop. While Liverpool is enjoying glorious days under Arne Slot, many believe the Dutch coach has everything it takes to lead the Reds to the Premier League title in his debut season. The atmosphere in Merseyside is one of renewed optimism, with the team practically guaranteed a spot in the next edition of the Champions League. On the other side of the coin, Manchester United faces a completely different reality. Under Ruben Amorim, the club currently sits in a modest 13th place in the table, running a serious risk of missing out on European competitions next season. The gap between the two rivals has rarely looked so wide, but that doesn't mean United will surrender easily in the battle for reinforcements. With the transfer window about to open, Liverpool knows it must proceed with caution and intelligence. Despite clearly holding the upper hand at the moment, the rivalry with Manchester United adds an extra layer of pressure to every negotiation. Any mistake could be costly, especially when we're talking about players who have the potential to change the course of a season. Now just imagine this: two footballing giants with rich and passionate histories, locked in a silent yet intense battle behind the scenes of the transfer market. Fans on both sides are watching every move with anxiety. Speculation is running wild on social media and in newspapers, and rumours seem to multiply by the minute. Will Liverpool outmaneuver their rivals and secure the key signings needed to keep building their golden era? Or will Manchester United find the strength to strike back and begin the resurrection of their lost glory? Regardless of the outcome, one thing is certain: this war for forwards promises to be one of the most exciting chapters in recent English football history. Get ready to follow every twist and turn, because the battle is just beginning. And this fight for strikers? It's only the beginning. Because in the next chapter, we reveal the key man behind the scenes who's keeping Van Dijk and Salah at Liverpool. Want to know who he is and why he's so crucial? Then click the card beside this video and find out right now. See you there.